definition. We say a series summation an, we say a series summation an satisfies the Cauchy criterion if its sequence Sn of partial sums is a Cauchy sequence. We say that this series is satisfying the Cauchy's criterion if its sequence of partial sum is a Cauchy sequence. If the sequence of partial sum of this series is a Cauchy sequence, then we say that this series is Cauchy's criteria. That is, what is the definition of a Cauchy sequence? For each epsilon greater than 0, there exists a number capital N such that m comma n greater than capital N implies modulus of Sn minus Sm is less than epsilon. This is the definition of Cauchy sequence. For each epsilon greater than 0, there exists a number capital N such that m comma n, if I take any two terms which are greater than capital N, then difference of those terms of a sequence is less than epsilon. Note, first one, nothing is lost in this definition if we impose the restriction n is greater than capital M, m is greater than m. Since here I am going to take two numbers m and n which are greater than capital N, then one number will be greater than other one. So here let us take n is greater than m. So instead of mn greater than capital N, I can take that n is greater than small m. N is greater than small m. So nothing will be lost in the definition. Second one, it is only a notational matter. It is only a notational matter to work with m minus 1 where m is less than or equal to n. If suppose m is equal to n, then I can take m minus 1. If m is equal to n, then I can get that m minus 1 is less than n. In place of m, I can take m minus 1. Therefore, it's just a notational matter to work with m minus 1 when m is less than or equal to n. If m is less than n, directly I can take that one. Instead of m where m is less than n. If m is less than n, we are taking directly m is less than n. If m is less than or equal to n, maybe m can become n. Then in that case, instead of m, I am going to take m minus 1. So now the equation number 1 becomes, that is, therefore equation 1 is equivalent to, for each epsilon greater than 0, there exists a number capital N such that n greater than or equal to m is greater than n, implies modulus of Sn minus Sm minus 1 is less than epsilon. Equation number 2. If n is strictly greater than m, therefore I can take directly Sm. If n can become m, they both are equal, then instead of m I am going to take m minus 1. M minus 1. Now since Sn minus Sm minus 1, that is, what is Sn? Summation k is equal to 1 to n ak minus m minus 1 is k is equal to 1 to m minus 1 ak. Now since clearly here n is greater than m minus 1, then here we are adding 1 to n terms, and from this n terms I am going to remove 1 to m minus 1 terms. So the remaining terms will be start from k is equal to m to n ak. From n terms, sum of n terms, I am going to remove first m minus 1 terms. Then the remaining terms will be m to n. Therefore equation number 2 can be written as, then equation number 2 can be rewritten as, for each epsilon greater than 0, there exists a number n such that n greater than or equal to m greater than capital N implies modulus of summation k is equal to m to n ak is less than epsilon. Equation number 3. Therefore, what I did, a series is said to be satisfy the Cauchy's criteria if it is a sequence of partial sum is Cauchy sequence. I wrote the definition of a Cauchy sequence. Then I just changed the definition of a this series said to be Cauchy's criteria, that Sn minus Sm can be written as Sm minus Sm minus 1. Instead of that one, I can use equation number 2 also for the Cauchy's criteria. Instead of 2, I can use equation number 3 also. That is, for each epsilon there exists capital N such that n greater than or equal to m greater than n implies some modulus of summation k is equal to m to n ak is less than epsilon. Is less than epsilon. So instead of Cauchy's criteria, I can use equation number 1, 2 or 3. Next theorem. A series converges if and only if it satisfies the Cauchy criteria. Proof. I am going to take a series which is convergence. The series converges, that is, when we can say that series converges, that is summation n is equal to 1 to infinity an is equal to s. If and only if, when we can say that a series is converges if its sequence of partial sum converges to s, that is limit n tends to infinity summation k is equal to 1 to n ak is equal to s, that is limit n tends to infinity Sn is equal to s, where Sn is a sequence of partial sums if and only if. if the limit of the sequence is yes, then we say that the sequence is convergent. Therefore, if and only if the sequence Sn is a convergent sequence. And already we proved that every convergent sequence is a Cauchy sequence. Therefore, this sequence is also a Cauchy sequence. Therefore, Sn is a Cauchy sequence. Now, just now we have got a definition that if the sequence of partial sum is a Cauchy sequence, then the series is said to be satisfy the Cauchy criterion. Therefore, if and only if summation an satisfies the Cauchy criterion. This is the proof. A series converges means the sum of infinite number of terms of a series is equal to S. When we can say that a series converges, that is if and only if limit n tends to infinity summation k is equal to 1 to n ak is equal to S. Already we have discussed in the definition of a series. This is nothing but limit Sn is equal to S, where Sn is the sequence of partial sum. When we can say that limit of the sequence is equal to S if the limit exists. Limit exists means the sequence is convergent. Already we have proved in the first unit, in this unit, the sequence is convergent if and only if it is a Cauchy sequence. Therefore, the sequence Sn is a Cauchy sequence. Just now we got a definition. If a sequence of partial sum is a Cauchy sequence, then the series is satisfying the Cauchy criteria. This is the proof of the theorem. Next theorem. If a series summation an converges, if any series summation an converges, then limit of an is always 0. If any series summation an is convergent, therefore directly I can say that limit of an is 0. How I am saying this one, let us see. Proof. Let the series summation an converges, then the series satisfies the Cauchy criteria. Just now by the above theorem, if any series is convergent, then it satisfies the Cauchy criteria. That is, for each epsilon greater than 0, there exists capital N such that small n greater than or equal to m greater than capital N implies modulus of summation k is equal to m to n ak is less than epsilon. This one just now we got in the definition of Cauchy criteria. You can use the equation number 3 in the note point. Means if I take any n value which is greater than or equal to m, it satisfies. Means I can take n is equal to m also here. In particular, taking n is equal to m. So what you will get? That is, for each epsilon greater than 0, there exists capital N such that if n and m both are equal, then I will take only one. That is, n is greater than capital N implies modulus of m and n both are same. Then in this summation we will get only one term, that is an is less than epsilon. This is nothing but the definition of a limit. This implies limit of an is equal to 0. Limit of an is equal to 0. Note, this theorem says that if any series is convergent, then limit of this term is always 0. But the converse of the theorem is not true. If limit of an is 0, then need not imply that summation of an is convergent. Converse of above theorem does not hold. May be hold, may not be hold. For example, summation 1 by n. Summation 1 by n. This one is diverges. Why? In the previous lecture, the last note I have given that it is in the form of summation 1 by n to the power of p. Here p is equal to 1. P is equal to 1. If p is strictly greater than 1, then it is converges. If it is not greater than 1, therefore it is diverges. Here what is but limit of an, that is 1 by n, is 0. Therefore limit of an is 0, but the series is not convergent.